I don't think I'm in your screen.
We're live?
Where? Oh, right there.
There we go. So the chat is live. We'll see what happens. You're waiting to see. You're actually talking to us right there. You're playing something. What are you playing?
I'm not playing.
So we're going to wait to see as people join.
Is it going to work this time? Oh, I've got an error. What does that mean?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah. Please make it work this time. Okay.
Well, nobody's joined yet, which means it's not working, or nobody's joined yet.
It's not working because it's not showing up here. So do it through YouTube or something. Oh my goodness, look at that. We just hit 4,500 subscribers.
Whoa.
Okay. You don't have, we're not on, Jim.
I'm seeing that, sweetie.
Last time we did it with the phone. Do you know that?
I do know that. Just give me a second here. Please. I'm
so sick of it. I gotta find the phone.
now. It says it's good.
It says what's
We're streaming right now. It says we're streaming.
Well, I don't see it at all. We're not. On our channel or yours?
Well, this one right here. This is hardiness approach. It's not regenerate.
It's not showing up.
Just a second.
It's not showing up for me.
Renda, just a second.
Not showing up.
It's showing it unlisted. Dang it.
So now will it do it?
All changes saved.
There we go.
I knew it had to be something I was doing wrong. This technology is going to be the end of me. I just know it.
Hello, everyone.
We are live.
We just barely, as we went on the air, hit 4,500 subscribers. Woohoo!
Yay for us.
Every one of you are important and special. Still don't have anybody though. Watching. Okay.
So.
Where are we at here?
Well.
Okay. Cool.
We're waiting for people to join.
Grateful. Hello, Jen.
Jen's here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna change mine.
Whew. We've had, again, not so good luck with the internet today.
But well, not with the internet's
no, the internet's
fine.
been great.
It's just been our application of technology. So we've cold day today here, right?
She's as cold as we are.
Yep. But we're getting some sun right now, so this is good.
Very moment, the sun is shining, which means it's going to be colder.
Just before it sinks behind.
Yeah.
We're going to lose it soon.
Yep. So I thought we would talk about the weather until people got on, because weather is a really big deal right now.
I think for everybody it is. It's
oh, there's been huge storms in the. It just keeps missing us. So, yes, the sun.
Absolutely,
I could take cold temperatures if we have the sun.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Jen, we haven't got to hear a lot about your new place. I have a question
though. I call her. I think so. When I see your name, it's Gei. So what? Am I saying it right if I'm calling you Jen or? No, I don't know. I thought her name was.
Well, you'll find out, I guess.
I will. So, they keep having really, like this last storm. They showed, I think, along I-70 going across Missouri. There was closed. There was roads, all kinds of accidents. And we're sitting here going, This is nice. I am called Jennifer, Jenny, Jen, or JEI. Just depends on when you met me.
Diana.
Hi from Ohio. Very good. Okay, because I've been calling you. Gina needs to know how to get on live. I will tell her.
So how we're talking about the weather until more of us gather. Oh, Janet's on as well.
She should just be able to go to ours and see it, right? Yeah, if you just...
Oh, Jay. Okay.
Jay.
Jay for Jennifer. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Two wild onions. How we doing, guys?
Hello. When you said we met, let me just tell my sister how to get on.
Her sister is not getting on yet. She's trying. She'll get there soon. So I'm hoping everybody is using this cold time to get things done in the house. That's a lot of what we're doing. Although yesterday I had to go out and cut a little bit more firewood. We were beginning to run out. So we had some that was pulled up in a pile close to the house. Gina made it. She's there.
Okay. It was our fault she couldn't go live before.
Yeah, it is.
So I just wanted to go back to Two Wild Onions.
Okay.
Because when I was talking to her, she goes, well, we met at the Homesteaders of America conference. And I'm like,
I was in a bit of overload.
So many people, but I will remember you from now on for sure. And they're building their shed into a house. So they feel our pain.
Yes.
I feel yours too.
Yeah.
So, let's see. It was about 40 degrees today, but tonight should be more like 10. We're going to be 8 tonight. And we never got above freezing today because that grass was white, crunchy all day.
Yeah.
No. Oh, when I did walk in some mud, but I don't know.
It wasn't much above freezing, I can tell you that.
Because if you saw my video today where I was...
What's blueberry buckle?
What's that?
Is that kind of like a peanut brittle or is...
Ooh, I don't know. Share what your blueberry buckle is.
We want to see this recipe, Janet. Yep.
Yeah. So today when I cleaned out the garage, when I ended the video, I closed the garage on the 2 big piles that were outside. Oh, it's coffee cake.
Okay.
And then it turned really dark and cloudy, and I went, oh my goodness, it's only going to get colder. I better get out there. And so I removed most of the pile, all of it, almost over half of it before you got there, huh?
Yeah, I was kind of impressed. I mean, I was busy, and then went out there, and the garage looked very different. It's just been accumulating things since we've been constructing. Things that, well, every time I needed to do something, it was a tool or a board or something that was out in the barn. So I'm having to go out there, take the time to get one more thing. And so instead of keeping them all in the barn, we're keeping them in the garage so they were closer by.
Oh, Janet was impressed too. It felt so good to do that. I can't even explain. Still have a lot to do, but yes. At least we can walk out there. I walk out there and I go, oh.
Yeah, the garage is full of things that, a lot of which we aren't going to be using. I mean, we're getting more. Till the next house project starts, there's a lot of what we won't need. The door has opened as Oliver goes out. So
we are definitely, when we lived
Hi, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly. When we lived in Germany, and if you've ever lived in Europe, you know that they heat compartmentally. So every room is heated or not heated, depending if you're
separately.
Separately. That's what we definitely are doing. We heat this room and we heat our bedroom just with...
Hey, no problem. You really haven't missed anything. We've just been talking about the weather, Dolly. So
we actually started with the weather, so that on purpose.
But that's really kind of the topic for a lot of people right now, because it's there.
So we heat each room, just these 2 rooms, the room we sleep in and this room that we use as our office. And as we do that, we keep it on low, and the room just heats up. And then we use the firewood. And then I do have a space heater I can turn on in the kitchen if it's really bad.
Joining from the airport, no less. Okay.
Oh, hey, Sunshine Farms, where are you on your way to? Yeah, my sister says, remember our refrigerator room we lived in Flagstaff, Arizona, and we had a room. We didn't have a refrigerator, so my mom and dad's room was the refrigerator. And when we wanted to make Jell-O on Sunday, which we don't make anymore, we would set it outside on the porch. But our utility bill has been so incredible. When other people are complaining about $300, $400, $500 electric bills, ours has continually stayed at like $137, $139,
Yeah,
$137. And I'm like, I'm so happy about that. Rinda, your name is uncommon. Do you know its origin? Yes, I do. My mom liked movies. So my sister that's on here is Gina, and she was named after Gina Lollobrigida. I was named after Rhonda Fleming, and my mom changed the O in Rhonda to E and made it Rinda. And so for years, decades, I was the only Rinda. And now we have met a few others. Just a few, though. A handful.
So Sunshine Farm, that's a good event to go enjoy. I'm kind of curious, upstate New York, where in upstate New York are you traveling from?
He likes upstate.
I've spent some time there.
He spent 2 years there. Southern California to celebrate Dad's
Boy,
60th.
Southern California, upstate New York to Southern, that's a big journey.
That's a good thing to go to in
not just
the
in
winter.
distance, but in climate as well.
Let's see.
No grandchildren, yes. Which is interesting.
Any grandchildren? No. My middle name. No, but nobody's named him.
No.
Nobody did.
Just outside of Rochester. Okay. That was actually, I spent some time in Rochester.
He was a missionary there for 2 years in the Rochester area, in Utica area, and Oneida area.
Rochester was where I started.
Let's see. That's like my friend Trevin. His mom made it up, but I've since seen a few more. Yep. So I'm going from 2 feet of snow to 75 degrees. Hey, if you're going to go to California, do it in the winter. So.
That's right. Kurt and I share a little bit of history.
Well, that's right. Kurt was there too.
Different
eras.
Different eras, but yeah.
Soak in the sun for all of us that live out in the East.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great.
Yeah. So we can stop talking about the weather if we want to. We were just making small talk until everyone got here. The goats are doing very well, right?
Yeah, they are. Although I think we need to take their water bucket and make it higher.
Oh.
We need to make it to where they can drink out of it but not poop in it.
They turn around and have they done it twice now?
Yeah, I had to empty it out again today and clean it.
Oh my goodness.
So it's kind of, I don't know. Why would you do that? Apparently they don't realize it. So
my sweetheart has type A flu.
Ooh.
Oh. If I go to my health food store, what kind of elderberry should I ask for? You want it in elderberry juice.
Not syrup.
Now, it'll still do him some good. It's just not as potent. When the elderberry juice that we get and the elderberry juice that we make, we now make it without any water at all. It's made just with the berries, and that's what we buy from River Hill.
And most stores, if they carry it, probably are only going to carry one brand, unless you go to a health food store that's really tuned into elderberry juice.
Yeah.
So whatever they got, they got. But you want it to be juice. You don't want sugar added to it.
You can get it online. The elderberries that we get, it's called River Hill.
Well, she's on the way to the store right now.
I know. She needs to get it now. And you're going to pay for it. We pay $20 a bottle for ours, but ours is pure. Dolly, can you do a thumbs up on the phone? I don't know. Goats are troublesome little darlings sometimes. I swear they just like they're like a toddler.
Yeah.
Do you have them or have you had them, Jim? They do things like just to be jerks.
Ours have been good.
Ours have been so far so good. So let's see.
And Dolly, the syrup is great. I agree. We're using this medicinally. We tend to like things that are not sweetened, so it goes well. So
yeah, and
I mean, you're having the same antioxidants in it, one way or the other. It's just
yeah, and I need to show her how to make the master tonic. She would need it for right now, so that wouldn't help her because it has to sit for a while. But you had 3 goats in Idaho. So the syrup, what they say is syrup is for pancakes and juice is for medicine. But
but it's
in the store, I mean, I had to go to Walgreens and they sold it there, and I just had to take what they would give me. So it's better than nothing for sure.
Goats, we know one of them has the appearance of pregnant.
2 of them.
2 of them.
Abby
You're pretty
does,
sure.
too.
Okay, so 2 of them do. We're not sure about the other 3, but they are due probably around the 10th to the 15th or so of April.
Yeah.
Yes, you can get your elderberries from Amazon dried, so it's a good way to do it if you're going to process them yourself.
Right. But if you do want to order a bottle or 2 from this guy, let me know and I'll give you his information. Yeah. So we
great question.
Can't wait till we get ours. We have a
it is time for us to take the last bunch that we have and juice it because we've used it up.
We have a mentoring class that's March 15th where we'll go and learn
for raising
everything about how to raise them. So, hi Brenda. I'm just watching your railroad video and at the end you said live. And I remembered you are on now. Good grief. I like the good grief. Betting the ones that you're showing now are going to have twins or more. Oh, the grandma, the granny, she always has quads. She's always had quads.
She's 10 years old. Every time she's had kids, they've been quads.
This will be her 4th pregnancy. So we'll see. But who was it I was just talking to? And they said if they're fat on the right side, it's their belly or their stomach or they're chewing. And if they're fat on the left side, if they're fat on the left side, it's food. If they're fat on the right side, it's baby. So Janet says, what? I've been going through the seed catalog. Fun times. Going small this year. I made out a really big order, but it came to $175. So I haven't ordered them yet. So anyway, Fresh Time Market, is that online, Diana, or is that local to where you're at? Let's see, what are you referring to? No, I didn't see.
Left is lunch, right?
If a goat is pregnant, left is lunch. That's what it is. Left is lunch and right is a baby. Yeah. I make elderberry elixir with glycerin for the little ones. Take about 3 days in a crock pot. Oh, well, we do ours really. We just take the elderberries that we have and we grew our own. Kind of.
Picked our own.
We picked our own. We foraged our own.
Foraged our own.
And I just mash them after they've cooked for a while and let them cook for a while, an hour or so. And then I take pour it through a strainer, cheesecloth, and drain it all out and gives us juice.
And in answer to, are we keeping the little ones? I guess it depends. All of the goats are young enough and healthy enough. We're probably not in a hurry right now. So it depends on how many we have. It's kind of, we haven't thought that one through. We've talked about
I'm sure we're going to be selling some of them.
We're definitely selling some, if not all.
Yeah. And then the person who gave them to us, when she comes back in 2 years, she may want a couple back or babies of a couple. So that's fine.
You know, we kept our elderberries in the freezer.
Yeah.
We thought about dehydrating. What we'll probably do is do some of the freeze drying. From everything that we've heard, that's if you're going to keep them over a prolonged period of time, the freeze drying is by far the best way to go.
Freeze dried keeps the nutrients better than dehydrated does, and so we do that. We keep it froze, and they're beautiful little berries. But as you know, if anybody doesn't know this, you do not eat them raw. They are not good for you at
Jen,
all.
we don't have a freeze dryer. When the quantity of elderberries we have gets large enough to make it feasible, I mean, storing the number of berries we're probably going to have in our freezer is not going to be feasible, so freeze drying them will make sense at that point.
I do what you do for fresh elderberry. I think the cows got them all this past summer.
Well, healthy cows.
Bad cows. Bad cows. We actually went along the road and got some, and we watched them and watched them and watched them and watched them. As soon as they got ripe, jumped on them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Dolly, in answer to what you're saying, and it's a bit of a question, yes, freeze dryers are very expensive.
Super
now,
expensive.
There's different sizes. If we're looking at growing enough elderberries and producing our own juice that it's going to be a business, and being able to freeze dry them and have them available for processing later, because we won't have the ability to process everything all at once. So it's almost going to be a necessity. So we'll have to figure out a way to make it. It's not going to be our first purchase.
I mean, the home model is, close to 4,000 with when we went to our last elderberry
Mary
conference.
Ann made it.
Yay, Mary Ann. When we went to our last conference, they were saying that the batteries don't last. What part doesn't last? Something goes down on them. And so you had to know that you were going to buy a different part.
Oh, it was the compressor.
The compressor.
Yeah, the compressors
so
were
you had
cheap.
to buy a different kind.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Well, that's an interesting idea. I hadn't thought about freezing the juice. You could definitely do that.
Put them in ice cube trays.
Yeah, that's take a lot of space.
They also make. Has anybody out there made they're almost like Jell-O drops, but they're made out of elderberries, and I don't know if they must be made with a glycerin, and maybe that's what that person was talking about up here. Let me go to mine.
Okay.
I won't bother to mess that one up. Who was just talking about the glycerin that they made? Oh, gummies. Yeah. Have you made those with elderberry? Because I've heard about them. Then the kids just pop them in their mouth. So they have an interesting YouTube video about freeze dryers. I'd like to learn more about. Yeah, me too. So like a tincture or gummies. It was. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. We do. I have a container that has the beef gelatin that you use instead of the other gelatin.
So do you know how to do this?
No, but I want to learn.
Hey, Two Wild Onions, you need to share your process. I think there are some of us who would like to know how to do that.
In fact, Two Wild Onions, if you would like to tell me your first name, I will actually call you by your first name. And I should know it, but I don't. You can use real gelatin and the juice to make gummies. It's not hard. Cool.
We're making progress on the renovation. Things are moving forward. We're actually to the point that we're not just doing a lot of stuff and you can't tell we've accomplished anything. It's finally starting to look like we're accomplishing things.
Watch tomorrow's video.
Yes. Ooh, tart cherry gummies. Ooh, I like
tart
that.
Cherry. Jimmy loves cherries. When we first got married, cherries was your favorite.
They're still high up on my list.
Rhubarb took over.
Oh, it's always been there, but I just don't. It's seasonal. it's tough to come by.
I have made the drops, but they're a pain. My grandkids can do a glycerin, right? Because it is sweet, but not sugar, which
Okay,
could cancel out the good
that
stuff.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, when you get really sick, like my brother-in-law apparently has the flu right now. And what happens is if you've got some kind of a disease or an illness and you've got, going on at this point, it gets really easy for me to say, oh, wow, if I put this in my body, is this going to be negative nutrition or positive nutrition for my body to heal? And it's really evident. What are you laughing at?
Keep talking. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at what Dolly just said.
It's really evident when you're sick because you're like, I need to put something in my body that's real and is going to have extreme nutrition. And we have not made the tonic yet because we were living on the elderberries, but I really do need to make the tonic. I haven't done it yet.
Well, as this kitchen reno gets finished, then our ability to do things is going to increase a lot. So Ron's Leather joint.
Oh, okay. Roan.
Is that how you say that?
It's Roan.
Looks like Ron to me. But... Yep, that's Ron.
The gelatin is ROHN.
Yeah, Ron.
Okay. The gelatin is really good for you. Besides, yes, it is. I remember the first time my mama made real gelatin. It was so yummy. The hooves and the pot had a little weird though.
I'm hoping she cleaned the hooves before she put them in there because I know where hooves normally are. So. Yeah,
well, I'll tell you what. Some of the meat that I cook now, it is just total gelatin. And when I pour the broth out, it's just plop. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm having so much fun making my own broths. It's so much fun because every soup that I make, and I love soup, is I just take one of the broths. It doesn't even matter if it's pork or turkey or chicken. It doesn't matter. And I just pour it in with whatever I'm making, and the flavor just dances in your mouth. Okay. Did you get to know Angie Withers at all?
She's talking to Dolly.
Okay. Because she lives in
that
area.
So, Renee, did you just have to suffer through it, or were you able to?
It was horrible.
Yeah.
First time in years. Yeah, I had it just before. I had it the January we were in Oregon. So 2 years ago I had it. And I did not get off the couch for 2 weeks.
That's just pretty sick.
It was really bad.
Right.
It was January, and it was not good. So, I'm so sorry. So is it going through the rest of your family now, Renee?
I think she says that was last year.
No, it says we had the flu for the first time in years.
Last year.
Okay. I want to find LB gelatin. Okay, I'm going to go grab something and show.
Okay. Hi, Sharon. So, I had a thought, and then it kind of escaped. There's a lot of great comments going on here. So, Two Wild Onions, we still don't know your name, and we're interested in your recipe, I think, too. Yes. And aside on that, I think, can't remember if we mentioned it here, and something we were just doing recently, but I've had a couple of different people tell me, boy, you're losing weight. And, we're eating a lot.
Well, last night the question was, are you trying to?
It's like, no.
He's working a lot, but he sits here at this computer for 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
But anytime you work.
Actually, more than that, because we do this too.
So did somebody say you lost weight?
No, I was just bringing that up. But the reason I'm bringing it up, I believe that it's not just the food that we're eating, that the types of food we're eating, but it's the quality of the food, the things that we've produced ourselves from animals that have been fed right, and making certain that we're eating the right vegetables, the right fruits. And my body is responding correctly. It's not doing funny things with the food I'm putting into it, and it's using it properly, and I'm getting rid of that weight that I don't need to be carrying around.
So Dolly's telling Gina that her mother-in-law used to keep a rotating soup pot on the back burner all the time. She'd add to it daily, and they had soup for lunch every day. That's such a good idea. Okay, so this is, let me turn it this way.
Yeah, no-till farm will do that to you.
This is the gelatin. Now, I understand they make this in an organic. I could not find it. This is beef hide gelatin, Great Lakes unflavored gelatin, collagen joint care, gelatin dietary supplement, but I also have recipes I use it in.
So Lisa and Larry. Okay, we've got you. So is this Lisa? It's Lisa today that's here, right? Good. So, Sunshine Farm, you're doing no-till. I mean, you're starting sod, no-till, doing the whole thing that way. We need to go to your channel. I see what you're doing.
Who's doing that?
Doing no-till.
Which one?
Garden. Sunshine Farm.
Sunshine Farm. Okay. We will. We just don't have time right now. We've got to get a garden in.
Yeah.
So we're going to till it to begin with and then supplement it and not till it again. So.
Well, those of you who are familiar with J.M. Fortier, he uses machines to shape the bed. So it's not tilling in the same way. I mean, he's just bringing the soil from the sides back up and then smoothing out the top couple of inches, but using a broad fork for the tilling that does go on. So that's definitely our plan. I do need to get a broad fork that weighs significantly less. Mine's got not just my lifetime, but everybody's lifetime guarantee. It will never wear out. It's very heavy.
So hooray for soups. I could eat soup every winter day. We do have a big pot every week.
I like the idea of having a pot. You just keep adding things to it.
That's great.
That's kind of a great idea.
I do mix multi-collagen, easy mix, and Arceola, a type of cherry high vitamin C for joint regularly. I think it helps with healthy gut. Ooh,
cabbage
yeah, it
soup.
would.
I really like cabbage soup.
We love cabbage. Anything.
Yeah.
Just made my...
Oh, Megan just got here.
Hey, Megan. Hello, friends. You can always tell when Megan's here because she always calls us her friends.
Justin broke his broad fork? Really? Mine will not break. I need to let him know.
So he had the thinner kind.
Yeah?
Yeah. We have the kind, John, the 40-year.
No.
Yes, we do.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it'll definitely give me a workout.
To Eden with Ruth Stout. Ruth Stout's so good. Some beds with wood chips and mulch. And as you may know, here in Missouri, we've chosen not to do wood chips on our garden just because it helps eliminate some of the bugs, the ticks.
The ticks. Some of the real problem bugs. So, yeah.
She does no-till action. Now, I want to go back to a comment that was there from Brenda. Brenda, you were saying that you wanted to barter chicken processing. You want to grow them, or you want somebody to butcher them for you? What do you need bartered for it? I know we don't live right next to each other, but
just curious about the
remind
process.
me again where you live. It's up north a little bit, I think.
And Brenda, we haven't done it here just because of the season when we were doing our garden last year. The timing wasn't right. But we're doing it this year.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. We had great luck in Oregon. It was a good climate there. Not during the middle of the summer,
and you should say you have
early.
What? Grown cabbage.
Yes, grown cabbage.
Do we have enough manure for the garden this spring?
Do we have what?
Enough manure.
Oh yeah.
We do. Oh,
in
for
the loaf.
cow.
Yeah.
Oh, in the loafing shed.
Oh yeah,
we've got a whole bunch from the cow.
We just have to dig it up, but we've got 2 different loafing barns that are loaded.
That's right.
So,
plus the pig area.
Yeah, plus the pig area. So yeah, we're in good shape. Plus, if we need some, lots of sources around here, so we're okay on that.
So Megan, back to Eden can be troublesome. When we did it in Oregon, we had to add blood meal or bone meal to it because it was low in nitrogen, and so it just sucked the green right out of our plants. And as far as the bugs, I know that Living Traditions changed over, took all their wood chips out and covered it with the actual fabric, which is what we're going to be doing. And then she could go barefoot while she was gardening.
So Corey has given us a thought here. He's on the other side of the world where it's summertime now. So he's talking about the hot, dry temperatures that we're not having right now.
Okay. And what is he? 115.
Yeah, 115 Fahrenheit. So
today when I said I'm really cold, he says, remember that next July.
So yeah, but that's the tough time for gardening, isn't it?
It doesn't work.
You've got to protect them, you've got to water them, and maybe they'll make it through it. It's hard.
So Dolly's in snow and ice.
You know, Jen, we want to go see Sarah and what's his name?
Kevin
and Sarah. I can't say it. Garden and what they have there sometime. We need to go do that. When we come see, maybe we can make it a double visit trip because they're not too far
from
Living Traditions.
And see Jen.
Yeah.
Dolly wants to know if we've planned our garden. Yes. I've got the seeds. We are doing 16 100-foot rows. I know it sounds a lot, but plus we're not sure if we're going to get our high tunnel or not because of the closure of the government. It's at least going to be delayed. So we'll have to see. But yes, we do have it. Do you find it hard to get away from the homestead?
Yeah, you know what Dolly is saying, that's what we're working on, trying to figure that out. The best way to do that. I mean, we have things coming up right now, and we're trying to solve those.
We had talked at one time about bringing a couple in, and boy, we got kind of a lot of opinions, and it made us,
the way we were doing it.
Yeah, the way we were doing it wasn't a good way, but we are doing it different now, and we would love to have a couple.
Well, we may still do it similar to what we were saying, but we've got to work it out a little bit different than we were doing.
Yeah, but we have to have somebody that comes to stay in our home while we're gone. To take care of.
Well, our experience has been you need to have somebody who's invested in it.
Yeah.
Every time that we've been away for an extended period and had somebody taking care, animals died. Things got broken that typically wouldn't get broken. So it's you need somebody who knows the place and feels part of it.
Okay, wait, I'm missing things because I'm not sure what the cattle panels is an answer to.
Yeah, I missed that.
Okay, wait. Do they find it hard to get away? Today we inquired about using a LEM grinder for his pig processing. I will use that. I want an LEM grinder. We do have a friend who has a nice grinder he's going to loan to us as soon as my kitchen's done. Corey, we're sorry your garden is thirsty. You're in New
Absolutely,
West.
Ron. That's what's happened, and it's unfortunate.
What? Let's talk about what it is because I don't know.
Well, what Ron is saying, the reason we have goats is because the person taking care of them wasn't invested. And I don't know whether or not she was truly invested in it, but that's a lot of goats to lose.
We do know that, and we know that she watches this, and we want to be very kind. We all have things that happen to us, so yeah.
That's what we're looking at.
Jim, you have to say what it is when you're reading.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know what I'm trying to talk about. Having someone who's hired to be here all the time, the challenge that we have is not enough cash to make that happen. I mean, we need something generating the cash, and then it becomes much more feasible, but also much more necessary if we're doing that much to have somebody.
Well, and
that's kind of what we're looking at.
Closer. This is what we're looking at. We're looking at having someone. We have our little barn. Can I just tell them?
Well, here's our thought, I guess.
Here's our thought.
It's going to take us a while to make this happen, but it's a great thought.
We're going to take our little barn and make it into a cottage. It's perfect. It's the right size for a little bedroom and a little kitchenette, bathroom, shower, living room. And we want to have someone be able to come in and live there, and they can have animals, they can have garden space, they can have all the things that they couldn't afford to do when they couldn't get their own homestead, but in return, they help us. We give them places to do things, and they give us some of their labor. That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, Dolly is
Wi-Fi is very slow.
Dolly is letting Corey know that one goat is a bigger problem than two goats because they've got to have companionship.
These guys get along really well together. Bye, Sunshine Farm. Woofers. I don't know what woofers are.
Yeah, woofers are. I am trying to remember what that stands for, but it's
work for 5 hours.
But it has to do with it's what JM did for a while. He was a woofer.
Really?
Yeah, people work on organic farms to learn how to do things. So you bring somebody in to learn. So
and I know people who don't pay their interns, and so they get the experience.
So your goat thinks she's a dog. Corey, that's interesting.
Livestock owners really could use some grace. We sure need it. Lots of hard things happen, and we need the community support.
Brenda, you're bringing up. Thank you, Jenna, for specifying what WOOFER stands for. It's World Organization of Organic Farmers. So yeah, there we go. I couldn't remember the acronym, but Brenda, you're hitting on something that we want to explore, and even come up with like I want to say prototype, but a framework for doing it is to develop local groups so that their people who are doing the same kinds of things can share with one another. I mean, if there's somebody nearby who are interested in the same kinds of things we're interested in, feel the same way about taking care of the animals and the plants, whatever we might have, and doing so in a clean, organic fashion, we can watch their stuff when they're gone. They can watch our stuff when we're gone. I mean, it's a great exchange thing to do. And if you have a group, it's not like you're having to be the only one doing it, and you can trade around, and it can really help out a lot. And that's what we want to work toward establishing, in addition to having somebody who can be here as well. But both are good solutions, and we want to simultaneously work on those.
I know a number of farmers who have had woofers, mostly a less than great outcome unless you are there to oversee them.
Absolutely, and that's my concern is, we need somebody.
We do need a trial period.
Yep.
I think, it's like, give us a month and we'll give you a month and we'll see, So, but if somebody's picked up and moved across the country or something to help, then that's a little hard.
Anyway, those are great ideas, something we definitely need to have in place because there's a lot going on. There's a lot we would like to be part of, that we need to be part of.
I like what Jen said. We all need to move to a 1,000-acre farming commune so that we can all help each other out. Oh, my goodness.
Well, we had somebody who was talking to us that they are in the process. They're living. No,
it's Kier and Ron.
Oh, okay. They're the ones. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
They want to build. It's the same thing we do. We want to build a community, and so we want to bring someone in that can't have it yet.
Yeah.
And if they get it for a while, and then they can get on their feet and go out, and I don't know. See, Ron, or here, right there. A community of homesteaders. That's what we want to do. See, there she is.
Yep.
We provide the financial initial ability, then split up the land among however many homesteaders join.
Hi, Lois. Yeah, you're right, Dolly. And
hi, Lois.
It's really true about everything. I mean, there's pros and cons, and you got to weigh it. And if the pros win out, then you just deal with the cons. That's the decision you have to make. And so I don't think there's a perfect solution. Everything's going to have those negatives. So
right now we have Austin that helps out, and in the summer they're going to be having more garden area than they had before. So we'll get some help from them too. What are you laughing at?
Corey.
Sounds great, but that would be my dream. Anybody fancy Australia? And actually, I'd love to come and see Australia, but maybe not.
No, he's looking for somebody to kind of hang out and be part of what he's working on. Yeah. Sounds a little bit like Arizona and
yeah. See, I was raised in Arizona, and you don't go out after 8 in the morning. No, I mean, you don't.
Not during the summer.
Hits you like a wall. And don't tell me the heat's dry, so it doesn't matter. Hot is hot.
The snakes. Australia has snakes? You know,
yes, Australia does have snakes.
But you don't have snakes with fangs.
Really?
That's what I was reading about this the other day.
Okay. All right, we have a place to stay. Where are you at? Which part? The east part or the west part? Or the outback? Oh, good, Dolly. I'm glad your dad is healing. Okay. I have 2 sisters that live in Arizona. One of them really loves it, and I think the heat has done.
Oh, it does. Yeah, if you like it there, the heat has affected you. That's for sure. It's hot. Victoria. You know where Victoria is?
I don't, but I'm going to look it up.
Okay, she's going to learn. We're getting a geography lesson.
Heck, so, if I can have a place to stay there, that's most of the cost.
There you go. So.
Anyway.
Oh, it's close to Melbourne.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yep, it says Melbourne when I look it up.
Yep.
Me too. Dolly's coming too. Cool.
There you go. High country?
High country.
Really?
And 115 is high?
Well, that's what he means by high. It's high temperature. Oh, dear.
So, Lois, how are your temperatures right now up in Canada? How is the good weather treating you? He has plenty of room for all of us.
Well, good. Good to hear.
Yes, we still have to find a farm sitter.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know, I thought about how we could do this. I'm like, well, let's see if let's say the Grateful Sunnites want to go away for a vacation, and one of us can go stay there for a week, and then 30 below.
Is that Celsius or
Fahrenheit? This is Fahrenheit.
Oh.
Anyway, that way we could trade off. It's just that we need, we're close enough. We could probably do that.
We could figure it out.
30 below, Lois. Serious. I am thinking you're not growing anything right now.
Spending a lot of time out in the sunshine too, I'm sure.
Yes, that is a great opportunity to be a farm sitter. I've actually seen things online. And in Oregon, there was somebody that says, we'll sit for your farm. And I bet you we could find it here in Missouri.
So you just get them lined up and just go one to the other. You
can see the country, go farm to farm, or the world. Australia, go help Corey. Yeah, Lois, he thinks your 30 below sounds wonderful. He's in 115.
Interesting.
We could arm wrestle for the HOA.
Yeah, that's a tough one, isn't it? Well, I guess one year the girls could go, the next year the guys could go.
We're for organization. Vets down. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they vet them pretty close. But, you want people that can work. And
you do.
You don't always get that.
You do.
So.
Well, this has been an interesting conversation.
I'm to the point I've got to go put some goats and chickens to bed. It's getting a little dark here.
Thank you. Add Lois's and Corey's temperature and divide by 2. Hello, MG. We're just getting ready to say good night.
Hey, everybody!
Everyone.
Thanks for being here. We really it's a lot of fun. It's great to share.
And I've learned a lot. It makes me get the nerve to say, okay, I'm ready to put an ad out there. We can do this.
Yeah, we're getting there. But look for tomorrow's video. We're going to put together a good one. You're going to see where we are. We're having a good
I
time.
might beg my parents to watch the kids at my place, and just Kurt and I go,
Yeah.
yeah. The problem with that is that you get to know your own animals and your own peculiarities. Yeah. The other day, I'm just going to keep reading. I'll turn it off in a second. The other day, it was just about 19 before the wind chill. I happened to look up at my potting greenhouse, and it was 85. See?
Yeah, the
Need a
sun was
greenhouse.
going.
Need a greenhouse. Back to the fire tonic. You can make the quick tonic that doesn't take 4 or 5 weeks. Turmeric, honey, cinnamon, ginger, apple cider vinegar, and lemon. Renee, go to Rinda@hardinessapproach.com. Send me the amounts, and I'll send that over to my sister. Thank you. Good night, everyone. We're 2 hours from. Bye.